Hello, so I've got my first model set up and ready to go. We're going to go in with a bit of colour on this model first, and first of all what I'm looking at is the colour of the hair that I've got to work with. I'm matching it up on my colour chart. So I use Indola colour from home, not Redken, and that's purely because that is what I was trained in when I worked in a salon, and it's what I'm most familiar with, and I can mix up colour without even thinking about it. So I'm going that this doll's head is about a base of a 7. Obviously the tone that's in it is quite warm, and what I am thinking of doing is leaving the root, because I'm not 100% sure if I want to take her darker at the root and then fade it out, or whether I'm going to keep the root quite natural and go from a lighter tone down to a vibrant tone. So I'm going to then bleach the rest of it. I'm going to go in with quite a strong bleach on the mid-lengths and ends, because this hasn't been coloured before. I think it can hold it, and let's face it, it's a doll's head. If it gets a little bit ruined, I can just give it a really good nice cut and replenish it a little bit. So the other colours that I'm thinking of going in with are as follows. Exhibit A. So ASP is a brand from Affinage that I really like using. These colours come in really good vibrant colours, but I've got quite a bit of stock of these three. So we have got Sunset Red, Mango Smoothie and Orange Crush. Now I'm thinking of doing like a mix of the three and blending the three colours into each other to try and get a really good smudge effect. Now, whether I want to take it darker to make it more of a dramatic look and start with the red, the orange and then the mango, or whether to keep it a bit more natural, start with the mango, feeding it into a bit of a fiery orange and then having some really big vibrant red ends. These colours are really good to use. They're really lovely in conditioning on the hair, as they're only semi-permanents. They also come with Colour Dynamics Pearlizer, and you can mix that in, and this will make softer, more pastel colours that you can use, and that's the one just here if we want to tone it up a little bit. So that's the plan. I'm going to go in now and bleach the head and get it ready, and then see what the result comes out like, and I'm going to have a little play of what we're going to produce. Right then, here she is. So what I did is I started with a hot cross bun section. So from the front of the head down to the nape of the neck, and then from just above the crown, so the highest point of the head, down to each side of the ear. I was taking sections that were in between 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick. So every section that I took horizontally across the head was between 1/2 inch and 1 inch thick. I went in with what I would call is a feather application. So with my brush with the colour on, I placed it on the head and feathered the colour through the hair, and then went back in afterwards with more product and then actually placed the colour in thicker, heavier strands, and this is just sort of bringing it up to give it that softer, more seamless sort of finish that I'm hoping to achieve. So again, I haven't gone to the root, I haven't painted anything onto that root area. I have literally feathered the bleach all the way through, giving it a really good even application all the way down the hair, and leaving the colour now to develop. And then just through this top section, I have actually gone back in and placed the colour onto the heavier parts that I want to stand out slightly more. So this is as it is for the moment. We are going to let this bad boy develop for around about half an hour, 35 minutes. And once I've washed it off and dried it, I'll start videoing again. So I've now washed off the bleach and this is the result. I've just left it sort of towel damp now. So just showing you the result of the bleach sort of colour. You can see it's left a real soft sort of textured look to the hair. I'm now just going to go through and put my sections in. I've gone onto a side parting and then I've taken it to the highest point of the head where the comb balances, and I've sectioned it down to the ear on either side. I'm now going to put a section straight down the back of the parting and work my way up in a zigzag pattern, going from the corner of the nape to the occipital bone, from the occipital bone to the line of the crown area through here, like that on each side. But I will come back once I put my sectioning in. So here we go, I put the sectioning in. So I started with a side parting and then went from the highest point of the head down to the ear. I've then taken it straight down the middle and I've divided that, and I've gone from the corner of the bottom of the nape up to where the occipital bone would be. I've made one section and paralleled that the same to the other side. From this point where the bone would sit, I've taken a diagonal section up to where I feel like, so where the crown would sit, sort of a crossover to there. So if the crown was around here on the head and it went over, so I've gone up to kind of that area. So the difference in the sides then, that was down to the ear. This is now one section going from the nape up, probably about 1.5 to 2 inches above the ear, and then we've got the same sort of size section above to that, to the top of the head. And then I've done exactly the same on the other side. What I've done through the front is kind of just followed the line from where the recession would be on the head up to the point where we've gone to from this section, and followed it down. And then I've just split it over to the front of the hair and brought one bun here and one bun there. Obviously this is the side that holds more hair because I've gone from a side parting, so I've split this one into two, whereas on this side I've done the same type of section as what we've got here up to where we've come to from this section, and then I've left this section down to the same as the other, so you can see that I've got the two side sections. I've got all my colours mixed up ready. So we've got the mango